What's good? What's good? We back for the second show, the double hitter, the Friday night double hitter. Listen, we got another cat we bringing on, man, all the way from Houston, Texas. Let me tell you, I met this cat, man, years ago, man. He did a conference. I can't remember the name of it. We're gonna talk about it. But I remember somebody inboxed me about going to Bryan, Texas. They said, hey bro, we know you move around. Um, Go down to Bryan, Texas. I said, okay. So I said, let me see what's happening. So met this brother, man, cool cat, got down there, man, one number love for everybody. Look here. And even after that, let me tell you, even after the show, everybody, one thing with rappers, I think it's a rappers thing, gospel rappers period. Whenever the show is over, cats go out to eat. That tell me a whole lot about cats. It ain't just about the show. You know, when cats sit around and go to IHOP or Waffle House and just sit around, we ain't talking about rapping. We just chopping it up, just talking and, families and sports, whatever, just life, just chopping it up. That tell me a whole lot versus cats coming in, rapping, looking around, throwing out some information and getting out of there. So I'm gonna bring this cat on, man, all the way from Houston, Texas, man. It's your boy Pun. Let me lock him in. We got him on for a few minutes. What's good, bro?
What's up, baby? Glad
Man,
to be
what's
here.
man already, man. Look here. I was telling everybody, man. I can't remember the name of your conference for nothing in the world. But I remember that's why I met you, man. You, or the DJ Pat, the DJ, um, just a lot of cats, man, down that way,
Right.
man. I still talk to a lot of cats to this day. To this day, still talk to a
Yeah,
lot of them, man.
yeah. That was
And
nice. That was a nice connection right there.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who was ESG was there. Uh,
Oh, okay. You
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that? You talking about
That
the
one.
connection?
Right, right. So
Okay.
everybody was at this conference, man, and that's why I met you. But I knew about you. One thing about social media, you see everything, So
Yeah.
I keep my ear to the ground on who moving around, and so I was
Right.
like, man, who's this dude? Pun from Texas. And so when somebody shot me the inbox and said, hey man, you need to go to Texas, and he got a conference, I hit you up. You said, hey man, just come on. Hey, this the
Yeah.
registration. We got your table. Come on. Got down there, man, chopped it up, came home. But man, introduce yourself to everybody who looking at this, and we're gonna start this thing up, man.
Okay. What's up, world? It's your boy Pun. Hey,
Already.
man. I'm a husband. I'm a father. Um, I'm a rapper. I'm a producer. I'm an engineer. Um, I'm educated,
Right,
and I'm blessed.
right.
You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
gonna
And
we,
I'm.
we gonna try to
Go ahead.
unpack all of that. Go ahead, bro.
That's it. That's pretty much it, man. And I'm just a
Already.
nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can change anybody.
Already,
But,
man. We're gonna unpack this thing tonight because I tell people all the time that one thing I love about doing this podcast is meeting cats that's multifaceted. We just talked with Miss Tiffany in the first show tonight. She doing all kind of things, all kind of big time things in the gospel. And now we talking with Pun. And so, listen, just finished bumping that Houston. We got a problem. That thing, man.
hey,
Look here,
hey,
man. That
hold
thing
up.
bumping, man. Look, got the Chevy flipping on the freeway, Joker. So that
Appreciate you,
thing
man.
bumping. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me get into this thing, man.
All
Let's
right,
go all the way back. We under a time constraint. So like I say, let us know when that session starts, man. We're gonna break it short. We're gonna pick it up next time.
bet.
Take us all the way back, bro, to when you started and doing gospel rap in general. Now I done heard your story. I didn't chopped it up with you, especially with some text that time you tell everybody how you started on the keyboard. Take us
Right.
all the way back there and just speed it up, man. Let everybody know how you get started and where you are today.
Okay. I'm trying to. You want me to start where I began more of the uh, industry? I mean,
Beat
I don't
making.
know.
Start with the beat making.
Start with the beat making.
Start with the beat
Okay,
making. Right, right,
we're gonna start with the beat making.
right.
Okay, let's go right there. Okay, man, let's start it like this. I seen a commercial. I seen a commercial one day that said it was a video game, It was called MTV Music Generator.
Right.
I seen it, man, and it caught my attention. And at that moment, at that time, I had been listening to music because I was my first job was like a pizza delivery driver.
Right.
So I had started beginning to have a different love for music because I was just listening to it all the time as I was driving. But I found myself listening to the beats, to the instrumental instead of the lyrics. And then at that point, I was already playing the drums. But at that point, I knew something was different. I was like, man, I'm into this music. I'm into the production because I can hear every instrument. You know what I mean? I heard the hi-hat, I heard the snare, I heard the kick, I heard the melody, I heard the sequence, I heard every element of an instrument. So I was like, man, it's something different about that. I'm not even caring about the lyrics anymore. I want to hear the beat. So when I saw that commercial, man, it was intriguing because I was like, man, okay, I wonder if I can make beats off of that.
Right.
So, man, I got my pennies together that next day. I went to the mall, and I remember going to GameStop and looking for it, and I found one used one. I believe it might have been used, and I got that mug and took it home and got the tick, 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 tick. But when I took it home, I realized that it really wasn't made for creating your own beat. It was more about putting blocks together and putting loops together,
Right.
loops that they had already made, and you just put the loops together and you can make, and it was really techno and trance music.
Right.
And so I could, at that point, I could have been like, yeah, this ain't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for hip hop.
Right.
But so I was like, man, nah, because I seen like the where you can put the beats. I was like, man, I just need to get inside these beats, these loops, and get my own sound, and that way I can construct it the way I need to construct it, and that's what I did. And I found out how to get into that sound and take that loop out, squeeze it into my one sound to where it can make a boom, or and how long I wanted it to stretch or how short.
Right.
And I know I'm talking kind of music technique, but yeah, I did that. And next thing you know, man, I got to making some beats, man. So, all the instruments, I put it together. And one day my brother came in the room and he was like, he heard me, he was like, man, what you doing? I say, I'm making a beat. Because my brother had that time, I hadn't started rapping. My brother was in a group called Me and the Click, so he was rapping and they were doing their thing. And I was like, man, I'm making a beat. He was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you tripping. So he left.
Right.
But I remember, man, he come back about a couple months later, and I had it down then. So he come back a month later, and I'm in that boom. You know what I'm saying? Got the beats going. So he like, man, yeah. So I was like, yeah, man. I made y'all some beats. Check them out. And it was like 10 beats on there. Man, the next time I saw him, he was like, hey, man, them boys want them beats, man. So they asking how much you want them for.
Right.
I mean, at that time, I began making beats $40. I was still at my mama's crib at that point. Started making beats $40. Then the word started getting around. The next thing I'm making beats for everybody in the neighborhood. And went from the neighborhood to the city, from the city to surrounding areas. Next thing you know, man, I had enough to move out the crib. So hey, that's how I started, bro.
Already. Hey, now speed the game up a little bit. Get into how you got into gospel rap, man. I like hearing stories about especially how cats got in it, and then what was their initial response once they got involved in it. What made you get into it, or what was it that got you into it?
Okay, what got me into it was I had my group,
Right.
and it was we were called Players by Choice, PDC, Playboy Click, and we were doing a pretty good thing. We were doing a pretty good job, I guess. Right. And we had some stuff going, had a few deals on the table, but in the midst of doing the music, I just felt myself going deeper and deeper into to somebody who I wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Never been about, I used to, I grew up in the hood with surrounded by Crips, but you know, me personally, I never really wanted to be a Crip. That was my environment, you know.
Right.
So I ended up wearing blue because that was my environment. I wasn't no all out Crip to do all these things like that. It's just I repped it, you know what I mean? Because that's what I was around. In the same way with my music, you know, I began talking about. I mean, I started speaking about smoking weed and drinking this, and I didn't drink or smoke. You know what I mean? That's how I was when I first started. But man, after speaking it a while, man, you get to want to try it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Begin to smoking, you know, begin to drinking, and you know, begin to doing indulging in a lot of things that wasn't necessarily me, I believe, you know.
Right.
And even gotten to, you know, to the point where I started getting paranoid, man. I just felt that, you know, I was in this certain circle that it was just it wasn't safe.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I know I needed to protect myself. So never wanted to be a thug or a gangster, man, but I just knew I had got so deep into what I was doing.
Already.
And, you know, measures take you to a place to where, you know, you feel like, you know, so I was saying it on the songs, but you know, when it got to the point to where I felt like I really probably had to do some of those things, I knew I was like, man, you know, I'm in a place where I really don't. And there's a lot of different things happen, you know what I'm saying? I can't go into detail, but a lot of different things happen that opened my eyes, man. I remember one night I was high as a bird, and I was on the ledge. And it was like God was speaking to me that day. And at this point, we were at the point of, you know, we had a couple of deals on the table, and God was like, yeah, you know, this is what you want. You know what I'm saying? This is what you want. He was like, I'm just letting you know, he was showing me how you know, dangerous it was going to be. Everywhere we went, you know, we were going to need our bodyguards, and he was showing me I was going to be distant from my family. And I'm big on family, you know what I'm saying? So he was showing me that, and I was like, man, I just kind of, you know, I thought I was high tripping, went back in. And then one night following that, I had a cousin down that I grew up with.
Right.
He had moved off to Austin for about 6 years, and he came down and he was in there with us. We were doing our thing till about 2 a.m. in the studio. So I took him home. He was staying with his grandmother. So I took him home, and on the way, he was like, hey, man, your sister still sing? And my younger twin sister, sing gospel.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, man, they just did a song. They got me on the song. You know what I mean? He was like, what? You got on the gospel song? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I rapped on the gospel song. And I put it in, and shoot, by the time we made it to his house, I was about to give him doubt to head out, you know what I mean? Tell him, you know, do see you tomorrow. And he was crying, you know what I mean? Eyes full of tears. And I was like, bro, you all right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You all right? What's up? And he was like, bro. He looked me in my eyes and said, bro, that touched me, bro. That touched me. And at that moment, man, it's like God just shocked me real quick. And then I looked forward, and it was like God just took the shackles off my eyes, bro. He was just like, now, son, this is what you're supposed to be doing with the gift and the talents that I've given you. Right. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be touching my people. And I was like, man, it's crazy. I was like, dang, bro. So, you know, after he left, I was on my way home, man. Shoot, grown man started crying, bro. I was like, because he was showing me some things that I didn't realize I was in.
Right.
And he was just showing me, yeah, you into this. You're doing that. You're doing this. Doing that. You're doing that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm thinking I'm a pretty good guy. But right, you know what I'm saying? Right. The stuff that he's showing me that I'm doing, I'm like, yeah, I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? And at that time I was like at a crossroad, you know what I mean? And again, I'm telling you, at this point we got a deal on the line.
Right.
And I got 4 of the guys in the group. And on the way home, I was at a crossroad, and I was like, man, I can act like this didn't go on. I can act like God didn't just call me, you know what I'm saying? Or I can, hey, do the unbelievable and say, hey, man, I'm changed for God.
Right.
And for some crazy reason, I say crazy, I guess. I said, you know what, man? hey man, I'm living for God, man. I'm turning for God, man. And that next day in the morning, I told my boys, they were like, huh? You know what I'm saying? They were like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about? And man, I remember going to church that next Sunday and just kind of giving my life to God. And I remember that week after that, one of the people that wanted to sign us, one of the labels came and they was, sitting with us in the living room at my spot, and they had the contracts. They were like, "Hey, this is it, hey, this is the time y'all, hey, the y'all been looking for." You know what I mean? And I was like, I was telling them like, man, I can't do it. I just gave my life to God. I'm trying to, live another way. I don't really want to do that music. And they were like, huh? You know what I'm saying? My group was, and the people who were trying to give the deal.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. They were like, man, well, you can still do your thing on the side, just do this, y'all do a few albums, and then you can do your album.
Right.
On the God side, you want to do that. And, I was like, okay, I see what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? So I went back to the room. I called my moms, you know what I mean? Called moms, and I was like, hey, I say, man, the people here, trying to give us the deal. I was like, and they say this and this and that. She was like, son, you was rapping like that for 6 years. She say, the moment you give your life to God, the moment you give your life to God, here come that. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, you so right. It was just confirmation of what I needed to hear. I already knew it. I was like, yeah, you right, man. So I went back in there. I was like, man, I can't do it. Can't do it. You know what I mean? And that's how that went, man. I remember I hadn't talked to my boy after that. I didn't talk to my boy for about 4, 5. I mean, it was a minute. We didn't even talk, man. It was just a little. It was uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, but I don't regret it. It's been times where it may have been like tough in life, and I'll be like, man, what's up, God? Hey, man, I gave up this for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm be honest.
Right.
Like, man, God,
I know.
I gave this up for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's up? But man, at the end of the day, bro, I'm glad with my decision.
Right. I already hey, look here. I love hearing that because is I went down almost a similar path. Almost.
That's crazy.
And I remember me, my brother, another partner, and when you was talking, my mind went back to this talent show we went to. And we did a song, but we didn't know the song. We was like, we were boy high. I'm talking about boy high and Pluto, drinking all night, just your typical hood stuff.
Yeah.
And so we was like, okay, we're gonna go to this showcase and we just gonna rap. Let's try this song we did. And we didn't know the word. We said, okay, let's just sit in the parking lot. We got high. We blowing big weed, get on stage and freestyle. The whole session, the whole time freestyle. I don't know a word I said. I just remember freestyle. And a dude came up to me. I never forget to this day. I just went to the mall, bought this fresh, it was like a USA Olympic basketball jersey. So it must have been around the Olympics or something. Man, and dude, he had a New York accent. And he grabbed my jersey. He was like, hey, man, y'all boys. So I pushed him. I said, hey, man, don't be grabbing on my jersey, man. He said, no. He said, it ain't like that. He said, I want to introduce y'all to somebody. He said, but he told me, he said, y'all not going to win the showcase. He said, but I want y'all to come sit with some folks next week. And, man, when I tell you, we thought we was in there. And that next week, when I tell you everything went wrong, did go wrong, that prevented us to get to that showcase and to sit with them boys from New York, they were just going through the South Side and folks all over the place. And so I knew right there, I said, I didn't know then, but I know now, I said, God shut that whole thing down because he knew we was going to get out there and just talk about a whole lot of nonsense, get some money and come on home. And so, like I said, I like hearing that story because I hear that across the board with gospel rappers, how they was right there about to sign that thing, get whatever, car, clothes, whatever, notoriety, and God just shut it down to do a different thing. Let me ask you this, man. Now, you've been in gospel rap a long time. Man, where do you see? 'Cause I know we up against the time. We got a little more time. We got a couple more minutes. Let me know when your session start, man, and we'll cut it short. We pick it up. We'll pick up the second half.
Okay, okay.
From when you started to now, what do you see the differences is from when you first jumped in it? You looking around, look here, green, trying to figure out what is this gospel rap stuff to what do you see today with it? What's going on with the artists and the production and everything today?
Okay. When I first started, man, honestly, man, I'm being honest with you.
Go ahead.
I really never fit in, Doc. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I never fit in. Cause me coming from where I come from, what type of music I was doing, I was trying, I switched my whole style up, not wanting to, but I switched my whole style. I wanted to keep my beats the same, wanted to keep them with that street sound, and I wanted to, keep that street talk, but just do it for God. But God do a new thing, so my whole style switched up. So I'm not gonna say it was a bad thing.
Right.
I just feel like I never fit in. You get what I'm saying? And even to this day, even now, I don't even, to be honest, I don't label myself a gospel rapper or a Christian rapper. And it's not because, this whole trendy thing saying that, a lot of rappers stop. I hear it all the time. A lot of rappers stop calling themselves that when they heard Lecrae say it. A lot of people don't want to be associated with. Man, I could be associated with Christian rapper, God rapper, whatever. Associate me with anything you want. I'm gonna be punting at the end of the day, man. And I know my heart with God. You feel me? So it ain't none of that. But where it's at today, man, I'm an honest person.
Man, shoot that thing, man. So, that's what we want.
Yeah, where it's at today, man, it's at a good place. It's at a good place where it's at today. Now, what thing I would like to see? I would love to see. Man, I'm. It's a certain music I like. You know what I'm saying? If I let a lot of my people, like a lot of my guys that I know, hear some of the Christian rap out there, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest, 100% honest with you. A lot of them guys, they don't like it and wouldn't like it. You know what I'm saying? They would say it's corny. You know what I'm saying? They would say it's corny. It's backpack rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's honestly what they would say. And then for the ones that ain't, they would say they would try to they reach. You know what I'm saying? They would say reaching. So I would like a better balance. I would say I would like to hear a better balance of of gospel rap, Christian rap, whatever it is, to where the people that we are really supposed to be reaching can gravitate to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think, but for where it's at right now, it's gonna always be where it's gonna be, because once you got the power of God behind anything, you got the power of God behind. Can't no monkey stop no show. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
It ain't no one person. Ain't no, hey, it ain't about this person. It ain't about that person. It's about God. So I feel like it's gonna always stand. It's gonna always be. I know people say, is Christian rap dead or is this dead? Nah, how is it gonna die when you got the power of God behind it?
Right.
If anything, hip hop would die before Christian rap would die. If you got God behind it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I say, I don't label myself a Christian rapper. I don't label myself a secular rapper. You know what I mean? I just label myself a rapper, an artist, whatever it may be. But when you hear my music, you're gonna hear what I rap.
Right. I was just about to say that, man. You in the land of the chopped and screwed, the slab, the candy paint, and I hear it. You know what I'm saying? The last, matter of fact, the last one, Houston, we got a problem. I'm just bumping that thing. I like the way you had that mixture in there to where I was like, I'm listening to it, I'm like, I know where he going with this. I know. Yeah. Do that make sense? Like, I'm listening to him, like, I know where he going with this. I know, like, some songs was like just bumping. You knew it was for them boys outside the church, but then you were sprinkling that Jesus in there to where they was like, okay, I hear what dude's saying, this different, it sound good, but it's just something different to this. That when I was listening to it, it's like that's what I took from. I'm talking about I bumped that thing front to back to front. And so,
hey man,
go ahead.
that's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. I feel like as over the years, I think I matured to that to the place that I'm at now. Like, cause at first, you know, I think I may have been, I'm not gonna say fortunate, because a season is a season. You know what I'm saying? The season that I'm in now, I believe that my music is not just for the four walls. I believe my music is for the people, you know what I'm saying, out there. And everybody's not going to agree, and not everybody's not gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might really feel like it's selfish. I'm talking about me or whatever it may be. But man, somebody on the streets might hear that and be like, hey man, and get to thinking. You know what I'm saying? Might plant a seed, man. Just like you. Let me throw a plug in. I got
go plug it on, Mike.
Plug it in. Called I Lean on God Apparel.com, and my first shirt, it has 2 double cups. Right. Pouring out lean, and the cup says I lean on God. Well, I do get slack from a few people. Some people I get catch slack from it. But I knew that going into the business. I knew that when you put out the business plan, you say, okay, what are the pros? What are the cons? What can somebody say something negative about it? I knew the negative it's attached to a negative connotation, right? Right. I knew that going in, but I was like, man, but that message is much bigger than a few people not understanding it. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's much bigger than a few people not understanding it. Some people are going to see that double cup. They're going to see it pouring out. They're going to say, you know what? I'm not leaning on purple. I'm leaning on God. You know what I'm saying? Right. So for those people who don't like it, hey, it is what it is. Hey, you know what? Hey, baby.
You talk about the double cup. Look, you talk about double cup. I got one in my hand right now, man.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, but I tell people, I say it's to me. Let me go back. I'm gonna go back to when I met you at the conference, and I bought one of those shirts, and I had it on in the barber shop. One thing I try to do whenever I hit these conferences, I try to buy as much Christian-based merch as possible, and I just take it back. Not necessarily like, I get it, or to help out, but now I'm like, no, I'm really helping cats out by planting seed. And then when I come in my city, and I walk in my barber shop with the Lean on God, I had the purple shirt with the white logo. And them boys in there, I was cutting them boys. Them boys, I tell everybody, I said in my shop, at the time when I had my barber, I had a barber shop for 8 years. I was cutting everybody from, I'm talking about your most hoodest dudes to politicians, judges, and doctors. And they was all in the same room together. So when the boys was like, man, what you talking about? You leaning on God. You know what that on your shirt? I said, I know exactly what it is, but it ain't what you think it is. And so I would break it down and explain the best way I could. I said, this is what it is. It's like, man, you talking about lean? I said, no. This is something totally different. So I did it, and I do it to this day. I wear the apparel, the shirts. I wear it strategically for that. I got another one, cat out of Dallas, Prodigal. He makes shirts the same thing too, and I buy them, wear them for that reason, just to show them, hey, this what it is. It's something different. To you, it might mean something, but it means totally different. And to me, it's a way to spark up some conversation about living godly. That's one reason I wear. I say, hey man, you ain't got to do that no more. You can come on this side. Look at, you can still. I had a cat. Let me say this. I remember being at on a panel discussion, and this cat it was probably about 150 folks in the room, but this cat, he directed his question directly at me. I'm talking about outside that joke. He pinned it straight at me. He said, hey man, I got this. I think he said he had a Ford Explorer, and he want to put some rims on it. Well man, I'm trying to live safe. I want to put rims on it. And so he was shocked by my answer. My answer to him, I said, well, did you go around, I forget who the dude was at the time. He not open no more. I said, did you go around the bro and get him sized up? He's like, man, what? I said, what, 30, 32, 28, what you want on it? And he was shocked by that. I said, man, look, live your life for the Lord. God don't care about these cars and rims. We love that stuff. He know that. I said, whatever size you can fit. If they gotta cut the weld or put the tires in, to let them do what they gotta do. And he came up to me, he was like, man, after it was over, he said, man, I thought you was gonna tell me something else. I said, no, man, live for the Lord, Joker ride clean. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do what you gonna do. Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this. Now, like I said, I keep my ear to the ground to everything gospel. I'm talking about coast to coast, man, coast to coast. And I remember, I know COVID slowed everything down right now, get everybody doing virtual, but you went overseas to, New Zealand? And cats be like, man, how you know that stuff? I said, well, y'all posted on social media, so I'm looking. You went over to New Zealand, man. To me, I'm like, that's what gospel rap need to be doing, things like that, touring, going around the world. Tell us about this New Zealand trip. It was you and, was it Boston?
Correct.
Right. And so tell and look, I tell people, I say, I ain't just looked this up today for no interview. Like, I really follow cats who making moves like that. To me, it's like, I'm like, yeah, this is what the genre need. Cats making moves like this. And so tell us about that trip, man, and just break it down however you want to break it down.
Okay. Man, it started off, man, our first overseas trip was to UK,
right,
United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It was me and Boston. We've been overseas together 6 times.
Right.
Three times to the UK and 3 times to New Zealand.
Right.
The very first one started out. We got a call one day to some close friends. Now that they're our friends, and they were saying they would like for us to come up there to do a tour up there.
Right.
And they wanted, it was like quick. It was like the next few weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't have a passport. Boston didn't have a passport. And I knew nothing about UK. So at the time when I heard UK, me being kind of green to it, I was like, man, you know, what they do at the UK? Do they persecute? Do they, you know what I'm saying? Because I bet it's kind of strong. You know what I mean? We talking about something, you know. Right. So I went to Google. You know what I mean? I Googled us, and it showed that you know, nah, they good. They, you know, they got some Christians over there. You know, right. This much percent of, you know, they don't do no, it ain't tripping over there. So I was like, okay. But man, when we first heard it, we both, me and Boston, we were like, man, we would have to expedite our pass. We would have to expedite, try to get some passports. We kept on coming up with excuses why we wasn't about to go to no UK. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing about UK. We pretty much scared. You know what I'm saying? Right. We pretty much scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right. And me and Boston were like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna just tell them we gonna chill, right? And then, man, after me and Boston got the phone, man, it was like, God was talking to me. He was like, oh, okay, so you know what I'm saying? You said, hey, you say send you'll go. You know what I mean? And right. I opened the door, and you're fearful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought it was hitting me. It was hitting me hard. I was like, man, it was hitting me hard. I was like, oh man. I called Boston. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go in the morning. I'm gonna go do whatever I gotta do to get my passport fast. You do what you gotta do. We going to UK, bro. We can't. You know what I'm saying? We're going to UK. And he was like, yeah, bro, let's go. So that's what we did, man. Boom. Went to the UK. Had the red carpet out for us, man. Took care of us, man. Had a great time. Was able to meet a lot of different people, man. They loved the music, man. You know, it was just a beautiful thing. And then next thing you know, the next year, boom. And the next year they called us in New Zealand. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Then UK, boom. Boom. Next thing you know, man, we done been overseas 6 times, man. You know, ain't like we signed to a big old record label, major record label, man. So we doing this independent. You know what I'm saying? People wondering how y'all doing this, man? And all I can really say is, man, God just opened doors, bro.
Right, man. Look here. Let me segue into that. Man, talk about that independent grind, because a lot of people don't understand it. To me, they don't really understand when you say, hey, I really signed myself a deal, and I really got to spend my own money, and I really got to stay prayed up, and I really got to be faithful with what I have. Talk about the independent grind from the time you started to today, your mindset now. It's building, to me, it's like building that mindset up. Because I told a cat, I'm going to say this before you answer. A cat asked me, he said, well, man, what keep you doing specifically gospel rap? I said, well, for me, I figured out a long time ago, I had some conversation with some music folk, real music folk. One cat out of Atlanta, the other cat was out of, but I don't want to say LA, somewhere out there, California somewhere. And they were just like, we ain't saying and joke us up. Matter of fact, we was at the I want to say the Holy Hip Hop Awards in Atlanta. That's what we was. Met them out there, and they were just being for real. They said, hey, we ain't signing cats, so this is some good music, but we ain't signing cats. So, hey, y'all talk too much Jesus. That ain't what we looking for. So it hit me, the light came on, said, okay, you better figure out, you going to be on this road by yourself, pumping your own money, doing your own platforms. Like, building your own platforms. Talk about that independent grind, and then just break it down, man, however you want to take it, because a lot of people that's looking at this podcast, they want to do that independent thing, but they don't understand the nuances, if that makes sense, with doing the independent grind.
Okay. Yeah. It got embedded in me young in the game, and
Right.
Me and my group, we were pretty much chasing a record deal.
Right.
Me and BBC, we were chasing the record deal from the day one. We were like, hey man, we're gonna sign a record deal. And after a few years of it not happening, I was like, man, I've always been a thinker. You got a lot of people who just want to do music. You got a lot of people who that's all they want to do is music. They don't want to they don't want to learn the technical side of it. They don't want to learn the business side of it. And that's cool. To each his own. Me, man, I've always been one of those people that I've always wanted to have my hands and make sure I'm covered. You know what I mean? And I was with PBC, man. We didn't get a deal, man. We few chances, had a few chances the first few years, but nothing was panning out. So I was like, man. Someone told me to go grab some books, man. I started going to the library and grabbing music books about the music business. And I don't even know why I was reading, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was reading them. You know what I'm saying? I had a whole shelf of books I started reading. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I kind of got started. I learned a lot of different things reading those books.
Right.
That was the beginning of it. Now, when it got to the point we started turning down certain deals, even when I put it like this, I've had a couple of deals that I have signed. It wasn't record deals, but it was like distribution deals, right? And even before then, I had a certain deal that I had an entertainment lawyer look at, and it was bogus. You know what I'm saying? It was a bogus deal that would have had me on the contract for multiple years.
Right.
I had a couple of those, and then when I did finally sign something, I signed a distribution deal. It was bogus. They had me where I need to be. They had me in Walmart. They had me in Target. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a level up. You know what I'm saying, from my position. But it's like, man, when I say bogus, I mean like, hey, boys ain't trying to pay you. Boys ain't trying to pay you, man. They boys trying to rape you, man. Boys trying to rape your money, man.
Right.
So yeah, that. And then, man, just being in the game for so long, man. Being in the game for so long, you see how dirty it is, man.
Yeah,
dirty,
man.
Dirty. You get what I'm saying? It's a dirty game. You see all these stories of these stars out here have all these hits, and then you want to find out they broke. You know what I mean?
Sir.
It's because they didn't have any control of their music. All they had control of was that them singing on that mic, and that's why, I don't agree with a lot of culture vulture going on in the industry right now. People, you can give a person some jewelry, you give a person a stack of money and a car and the keys and shoot, man, they'll sign away. And man, the person that signed them, they'll be making $500 million. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And
sir.
this person that made 5 million, man. You know what I'm saying? So it just don't make sense to me, man. That's so it only makes sense for me to stay independent, man. I hooked up with my boy Rudy, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we gonna get it from the ground up, man. We gonna get it from the ground up, man. If we can't get it from the ground up, we don't need it.
Right.
That's what people gotta understand. A lot of times God be saving you for something, man.
Right.
Because a lot of people can't handle it.
Right.
If we're gonna be honest, a lot of people can't have money, man. They'll be strung out.
Acting on fool.
Strung out and tricky. Lord
Yes,
forgive
sir.
me. I ain't mean this, I forgot this,
Man, man, hey man, look here, man. Keep this thing a whole thigh wild with me, man. It's the
I'm
truth.
just
They
keeping it
be out here
100.
tricking their money off.
Boys be out here spending $40 here and there, man. You know how it goes.
Right. That's the truth. You know,
It's the truth.
It's the truth, man. I thank God every day because I had these conversations with my wife, and then just people that's just, close around me. Like, I know what I would have done with money years ago versus now. Now it's about building to me. It's about, creating multiple streams of income. It's about this platform we built from the ground up, and cats like, man, what y'all doing? Why y'all investing buying a camera that costs $2,000? Like, Joker, it work. You know what I'm saying? Buying monitors. I'm looking at the studio you in now. We got a studio across in the next room. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? You say you linked up. Was it Fresh Ink, right? Fresh Ink?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
y'all linked up and y'all down there doing things, right? And so,
yes, sir.
I only commend that because I get it. I understand it. I don't listen to these cats talking about, what can't be done. I'm like, you ain't trying, and I see that a lot in gospel rap. I see a lot of cats that they come in hot, they leave out cold. And I'm like, and I'm like, it's work. It's real work. It's real time away from your family. It's real, everybody hopping on the PlayStation 5. Hey, take that $500 and go buy you a MIDI controller or a mic or something.
Come on, man.
Or do you want to sit around with your partners and score touchdowns on Madden?
Hey, man, come on. That's how I knew. Hey, that's how when I was coming up, man, in this rap game, that's how I knew. Hey, that's how I knew how to separate myself from the ones who really bought it. Because if it's in you, it got to be in you, not on you, man. And at that time, when boy was buying nothing but George, but couldn't buy studio time. But boy couldn't buy real beats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All you wanted to buy was lease beats, man. But you got $200 Jordan on your feet.
I don't understand. Hey, man, I don't understand that, man. I'm like, man, you walking around here already. I'm like, man, you walking around me talking about you got whatever the bread 13s or whatever just came out. Drugs come out every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But Joker, you won't go spend money if somebody making beats. Hey, I got beats for 100, 150. Oh man, you hot. No, you got a pair of shoes on your feet cost $270. And if you went to the plug, you done spent $320.
Hey, that mean them shoes, them rims,
right?
That jewelry, that's more important to you than your gift.
Right.
Than your music. I don't really want to because I'm in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm in this thing. So it ain't no love lost. It is what it is. You just like that stuff more than you like music, but I like music more than I like that stuff.
Right. Already. Ain't it sustainable, man, through time, man? Like I say,
yeah.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna jump in Houston a little bit, and then again, I know we up against the time. Just let me know, man.
Yeah, we go over like a mother.
Okay. Hey, just let me know when we gonna stop it, man. We gonna hit that stop button. All hey, right. You in Houston, man. I love Houston. I tell people all the time, man. I said Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, New Orleans, and the South, in my city. Because I'm in the rock town. But those 4 spots for me, my spots. I love them spots. Been there, done that in them places. Houston and the whole, I ain't going to say the rap scene, because we done seen enough of Houston to know what's going on with the rap scene. But the gospel rap scene on the Christian side, what it's like out there, I have an idea, but people looking, they don't know. What it's like out there to just, last week I talked to Gifted the Flamethrower last week. He was on the last podcast last Friday, so he was breaking it down. But break down the scene out there in Houston from the lens you see it from out there doing your thing?
From the lens, man, Ron, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I don't know.
Right.
I don't really, I be in my own lane doing my own thing, so I
Right.
really don't know. But man, I know when I do see people, I know it's like, what's up, man? It's a respect, mutual respect. As far as the scene, how it is, I mean, I really don't know, man. I really don't know, man.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, I done talked to cats that say the same thing.
Only cool. I'm cool, man. I told somebody, what did I do? I performed at I don't know really. I ain't performed at the church in so long, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't performed at the church so long. Hey, man, I've been performing at venues and this and that and clubs and you know what I'm saying, boy. Hey, on the cool. Man, let me tell this while we on.
Man, say that thing, man.
We gonna talk the truth one time, man.
Go ahead.
Me and my buddy Rudy always talk about this, man. Look here, man. And I hope some of them listening. I hope some of them watching, man. It's crazy because when I did stop doing like putting Jesus in every one of my songs and God in every one of my songs. When I finally, because God been telling me, hey man, you don't got to do this. You can, hey, God been trying to get me to a certain place where He needs me to be, to where I can really produce fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed to, instead of trying to be this in this certain group. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Man, I lost a lot of. I ain't even say fans. I lost a lot of supporters, bro. When I say I lost a lot of supporters, I'm talking about. On Pandora, you could say 30,000. I was up to 30,000 some listeners because I used to always promote Pandora, man. Man, I'm at 8,000. Feel me? Same thing with Twitter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Twitter. But at the same time, man, at the same time, it's almost like a blessing because it's like. I think people listen to you. They want you to be how they want you to be.
Right.
Get what I'm saying?
Right.
They want you to be. They want you to be. They want me to be a Christian. They want Pun to be a Christian rapper, bro. You know what I'm saying? They honestly do. And but if that ain't what God got on my life, if that ain't what I feel like it gives me peace, and that ain't what God got on my life, then sorry, brother. I'm not a Christian rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you can't respect that and you don't like my music, you know what I'm saying? Like Zero got a song that say, hey man, if you don't like my new stuff, go listen to my old stuff. But nah, for real though, man. At the same time, it's not like none of them people can tell me that I cussed in any of my songs since
right. But you
I don't curse in my songs, bro.
But you know what, bro? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't curse. I don't degrade women. I don't do none of that stuff. It's just some real life talk. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But you know what? If for people that's looking, cause somebody like, now wait a minute, Ron Daniel, you be Joker, you be pushing gospel rap hard, and I say I do. I'm 10 toes down, baby. I'm there, but. I understand exactly what you talking about. I'm not on here like, hey, man. Now, because I tell people, I say, look, I listened to your last project. The thing bump. I said, remember what I told you earlier? It's like, you letting these boys know. And then it's like you sprinkling Jesus in there and God in the mess. And they can still catch it. Let me tell you something my brother told me, man. My little bro, my last project I did was Storm Test, and he let some cats. And this was maybe 4 years ago. He let some cats at his job. He was on his lunch break or something. He said I was just outside bumping it. He said, and dudes was walking up like, man, who was that? And he was like, he said what he asked me. He said, how it sound? Oh man, that thing ain't bumping. Then he said, this is my brother. It's all okay. And he said, yeah, he do gospel rap. And the dudes would tell me, he said, that ain't gospel rap. He said, okay, if he do gospel rap, but that ain't gospel rap. Cause see, I know for me, I had to evolve more into talking about what's going on, but I still make sure the message lead cats to Christ. That's what I do. You know,
Yeah,
and
man.
but I understand why cats are now saying what they saying. But I tell people, I say, if somebody listens to it, they say, well, Pun said that. I said, now listen to his project. I listen to it. Front to back, back to front, in the middle. And the thing, and I'm not saying that because you on here, you on the camera. I'm saying, look here, I'm bumping in front of my kid, my little one, she love it. She like, Dad,
Hey,
play
man.
that one. Play that.
And you know what, Ron? You know, and that's how I know right there. That's how I know that I ain't out of bounds, man. Because I let my daughter loves it. She know my words better than I do. And I don't let my daughter listen to no mess.
I'm
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I was speaking some mess, I wouldn't let my daughter listen to it. So when it's not out of bounds at all, man. And don't get me wrong, I still do get I got a lot of features that I do. That I rock with Christian rappers all the time, man. I got a collab album coming out with some Christian rappers album coming out. It's called God City, coming out in the next few weeks, man. So it's nothing like I'm just, you know what I'm saying, Pun just out here tripping, you know what I'm saying? This only Christian rap and gospel. Nah, it ain't that at all. It's just that me personally, man, you know, I feel like just God just has me in a certain area in life, man, and I'm just speaking to these streets, bro.
Right.
Especially now, man. We need it, man. I got this song right now working on. It's called Legit Way. I got it the legit way. I ain't have to sell my soul just to get paid.
Right.
You feel me? Come on, man.
Right. And the thing is, man, is that I've been working on a project, man. And I'm leaning more towards, you know, just making sure that the message is supposed to go where it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Cause cats ain't going to church. I tell people, man, folks ain't going to church, man. And I done talked to enough of these boys in the street, and they done told me I ain't going. Ain't nothing you can do to get me to go. None of that. They said, now, I like what you doing. You keep doing what you doing. You know, and then where, just in this city, where we pass music out too. Look here. I'm talking about, we're in the hood for real. Passing out music and cats sitting in that old school 442. Look at you like, Joe, gonna be reaching my window. They reaching. They like, what's this? Oh, man. I'm like, hey, man, play it. You want to give me something cool, get down. It's okay. And they might hit you up and put something in your cash app. So, hey, man, you remember me a week ago? I got you. I done had that happen plenty of times. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But, you know, cats that, I'll say this, for the cats that's looking at this, that don't understand what you saying, then you keep doing what you doing until God tell you something different. Because God, he's strange. He's a strange God. Man. When he told us to do this podcast, he put in my heart to do it during the pandemic. I'm gonna tell you what it was that I was sold on that made us do this podcast. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. We at the house. You remember when it first started, everybody running around like, oh, man, look, Joker, we can't go to work, school, the mall shut down, everybody shutting down. Right. I ordered this thing called an ATM mini switcher. Mm-hmm. Everybody in China, it's made in China. So around that time, Trump shut China down. He said, hey, ain't nothing coming from China no more till I say so. So I ordered this switcher. And man, I'm talking about, it was like almost 2 months. I didn't hear nothing. They kept saying, hey, we got you updated. But then, when God was telling me to do the podcast, this cat out of Minnesota, it's a store in Minnesota. Dude named, shout out to Ben Stowe. He hit me on Facebook. He said, hey, you remember me? I said, yeah. He said, I got this ATM mini switcher right now in my hand if you want it. Right now. And I hit him back. I said, man, you got it physically in your hand. I'm not finna send no money away. He said, I got it right. He said, I only got like a couple of, like 3 of them. He said, I know you said you wanted one about 2-3 months ago. I got it. He said, because they hard to get. That thing came 2 days later, and I knew God was like, do this podcast. That's what I'm saying. He's strange like that. That's what he do.
In a mysterious way.
Right. And he was like, I want you to do it. I don't care if this thing ain't being produced no more around in China, around the world, but I'm gonna send you one so you can do it. And so that's why I'm hearing what you're saying, man. Like I say, I heard your project, man. My little girl, my 6-year-old, she love it. I ain't saying that cause we talk. I'm talking about she be like, Daddy, play number 4. The one with Mr. Scribble Scratch, play that again.
Yeah.
The one you
Yeah.
dedicated to the women, play that again.
Yeah.
She like that sitting in the back seat, and she be
Yeah.
listening. She a thumb sucker, so she back there sucking her thumb, and then she'll pull that thumb out of her mouth. She be like, Daddy, play it again. And she love it. That's why I said, man, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me ask you this, man, because you ain't stopped us yet, man, so we waiting on that session to start.
Yeah, actually they here. I was just, I'm trying to
Right,
close
I
it up
know,
a good way.
I know. Let me ask you this, man. That you and the Fresh Ink Rudy,
Yeah.
okay, y'all in there, man. How did that collab happen? How did that happen? For y'all to say, okay,
Man.
let's go ahead and just start this and just because I know you make beats and rap and all that, but how did y'all come together?
Man, we go back. Me and
Right.
Fresh Ink go back. He's been in the music game for a long time. I mean, shoot, he was a spitter. He was a rapper himself.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's been in the radio biz. He's been in the music part of it. So I met him a long time ago.
Right.
Then here recently, we kind of hooked up again. I think on Facebook a few years back. You know what I mean? And we hooked up. He was letting me know we got the studio spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He didn't have it at the time. I think he was getting ready to do it, and we chopped it up, man. And we kind of hooked up. We did a few songs, and then man, we just kind of kicked off, man.
Right.
I vibe with good people. You know what I'm saying? Good people, man. And I'm a loner, man. I own too many. So when I met my partner, you know what I'm saying, we linked up. Cool people, we locked in and started making it shake, and that's it, man.
Right.
It's history, man.
Right.
It's history. Yeah.
But I tell you what, man, for what I heard in that last project, man, that thing slowed down, chop, man, that thing ready, man.
Yeah, he do all my videos and stuff too, man. So
right.
we working, man.
Right, that's what it is, man. Keep on grinding and making that thing. Man, we got a couple more minutes, man. We've been on this thing the whole album. And let me ask you this, man. What's next? What's next for Pun, man? We see you moving and moving around. And I tell people this before you get out. I tell people this all the time. I say this every podcast because I'm for real. And cats that know me know. I said I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm working, but I'm shaking the pom-poms too. I'm like, man, y'all keep on moving around because we need it to grow. You see what I'm saying? If everybody, it's motivation for folks who need the motivation. I say that because you got some people, folks are just self-starters and don't need a whole lot of oomph and a whole lot of that kick in the butt to get out there and make it happen. Y'all moving around. But for some folks, they need that. So it's motivational for them to see what you doing, what everybody doing in the music space. What's next for Pun, man? What's next for Pun, Fresh Ink, everything?
Okay. Man, what's next for Pun is man, I pretty much graduate. I graduate December 5th.
Yeah, congrats to that, bro.
Appreciate it, my man. Went and got my bachelor's in business, and in January I kick off getting my master's. So I'll be in school for another year and 4 months.
Right. So
I have my master's. So basically, man, I want to really get real deep into the business side of things, and maybe some consulting,
right.
some management. As far as punting as the rapper, man, I've really, man, honestly, I've done a lot of what I wanted to do, man. I didn't sell my soul. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on, bro.
Make some heat tonight, man. Yeah, let's get it.
All right, I'm back, man. Catch me like that
Okay.
joke. I had to get up, man. The not the phone, but the camera's about to go out, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, we ain't want that. I get it. I got that. They said, man, that old hood looking podcast. And Joker, look here. I'm the engineer. I'm pressing all the buttons right now,
Oh,
Joker.
look.
Yes,
Your
sir.
partner went out on you.
Man, it almost did, man. It said change the batteries. I said, oh man, let me switch this thing real quick. But yeah, man, hey, back to what you saying about graduating, man. I love hearing that
Yeah.
because, I love, one thing about this podcast, I love showcasing what everybody doing. And not necessarily okay. Let's just talk about you being an artist and making music and let's hear your music. But it's good for cats to see, you out here, man, getting degrees. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You out here
Yeah.
going for your masters. And that's why I talk to a lot of cats, especially gospel rap cats. I tell them, I said, man, look, just don't be stuck on trying to do one thing.
Right.
I'm just gonna rap all day, full time ministry. I said, I get that. I understand. I said, but man, you need a job, man. If you can get some degrees, get some degrees, man, take you some money, go buy you some real estate, something, and
Hey.
just keep it moving. Start a studio, do something, crank it up, keep it moving. And that's why I
Yeah.
like, showcasing and showing cats that's doing more things than just rapping. Because some cats
Yeah,
think, oh, he
man.
just creating a podcast just to showcase everything rapping. I said, no. I like hearing the stories. I like for other people to see it so they can see, okay, these cats multifaceted. They doing multiple things. I can do multiple things too. And so, man, I appreciate hearing that. Cause I saw you post up about getting your degree soon. Hey, they gonna let y'all walk or is it virtual?
It's gonna be virtual. It's gonna be virtual, man. I wasn't gonna do the virtual at first. I said, man, I ain't do all this hard work to do no damn
No,
virtual. So
man. Hey,
but when it got closer, when I was at, because my
right,
last class ends, like I'm done. Like last class, I mean, I'm in my last class now, and the last day is Monday. So
right.
I'll be done, and then, like I said, graduate on December 5th. So when I got closer, I was like, you know what? No, man, I'm gonna do that. If I do the virtual, I'm done. Hey,
Right,
man,
right,
celebrate, man, and yeah, but back going on what I was tail end what I was talking about, man. Yeah, getting more on the business side,
right.
and we got great things to come, man, and we just want to be on point on our side. We
Right,
want to protect. We want to protect artists from bogus deals, man.
right, right.
Why go to get some bogus deals with people who gonna rob you when you can come over here to Fresh Sync and we're gonna treat you right, man. You ain't gotta sign no record deal. Just go on and sign with us. Let us help you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
Let us assist you.
man, and cats they need that. Man, over the years I didn't talk. I remember you talking about buying books. Man, I got a book. Joker, I went to Barnes and Noble years ago and bought this book. Man, I can't think of the author, but I still got it. I'm talking about when I tell you I done read that book front to back, it's so raggedy, man. I'm talking about I done marked that thing up and down. And I tell you, they said, well, man, how you know about this music stuff? I said, man, you got to read. It's right
Yeah,
there. Read it. They don't
yeah,
want to read. I'm like, man, read so you won't be. And then when you run across these folks that's trying to give you these crazy deals, no, I ain't trying to
yeah,
hear that.
man.
I already know what it is. So
I'm
they
gonna
be like,
tell
oh,
you
man,
what.
it's good. I said, no, it ain't good.
I tell you what, man. As long as I've been doing music, it's crazy because now it's crazy because even when at my time of chasing record deals,
Right.
it's a different kind of strain on you. You worried about this, you worried about that. But I can say, man, the place I'm at now, man, I got shoot. I'm gonna drop music. I'm gonna drop a song tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, right.
and I'm not dropping the music because I have to try to earn a deal or try to do this or do that, man. I can just drop a song on when I want to,
Right,
just because I want to and feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
And be cool with that because that's not what I'm leaning and depending on. I've you know I'm good, my fam good. You know what I'm saying? We good.
right,
Hey man, we trying to enjoy life, keeping God first, and it is what it is, man. I said something today on my post. I say, hey, I stopped wasting my time trying to impress people who don't like me anyway.
Yes,
You get what I'm
sir.
saying? That's one thing that we deal with a lot, especially in my culture, my people.
Right.
You know what I mean? We spend so much time trying to impress somebody. We always want to buy all this ice and this jewelry.
Right.
We want to do this. We want to show out. People don't even like that person. You get what I'm saying?
Don't, man.
And I've learned, I guess it's me maturing, man. I learned that, man, I'd rather spend time with my family. You get what I'm saying? The people hang around the people who really love me. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, who really love me and just try to impress myself, exceed as a better person. And I've learned that, man. And I'm good with that.
I tell you what, bro. I tell you what, man. On that note, I know I had to learn that years ago, man. My cutoff game super strong. I cut a joke off. Once I feel, that vibe, you get that good feeling. Like, nah, I can't fool with you no more. I ain't gotta call you. I keep your name on my phone just cause you called. I can slide that thing to the left. I said, no, but I ain't talking about nothing. Cause a lot of snakes out here, man. It's a lot of folks, man. A lot of snakes. I done ran across snakes, alligators, sharks, you name them. I done seen it. Folks coming in trying to steal your concepts. I'm like, man, get your butt up out of here trying to steal.
Yeah.
So I done cut them off, man. I don't care. Grown, I don't care. But man, let me ask you this, man. Last one, man. This was good. Man, look here. I'm going to say this too before you answer this next one. Man, we don't believe in giving flowers here, man. We give out what we call the Hog Award. And the Hog Award means the Hall of Glory Award. The roses, we can give you flowers today, and roses today, they can die tomorrow in the water, man. But I'm telling you, man, keep doing what you're doing, dog. Keep doing it, man. You don't know who you impacting and influencing. And people don't talk this talk all the time. You see what I'm saying? They hear people say the stuff for a show. I said, no, man, I really want Pun to win you. I really want the last interview I talked to, Miss Tiffany, I really want y'all to win. I said, because if y'all win, everybody gonna win. A lot of people say that stuff, then they get off here and they be like, man, ain't think about Pun. No, I want them to win. And when I'm in Houston, I'm gonna swing down. I'm just gonna sit in the studio and just sit there. I ain't sitting there looking for them. So, hey, man, I already told you before. I said, I'm about to come down and get some of the tracks from you anyway. So I got to get down and make that 6-hour drive or that flight or something, like an hour and a half on the plane and get down there, man, and do it. So, man, on that note, any last thing, man, you want to tell the people before we get off this thing, man?
Any last thing? Man, I think we said it all, brother. We said it all. That last statement was from the heart, man. Don't waste time trying to impress people who don't even like you most of the time. So, I think one thing you just got to do is impress yourself. Continue to make yourself better. Me, honestly, me going to get my degree, that impressed me, bro. Because I feared college for the longest. That's why it took me so long to go. Right. You know what I'm saying? I feared it. I was like, man, I can't do that. I ain't been to school this long. Even now I'm going to get my master's. You couldn't have told me I was going to get my master's. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't. After these 4 years, I was like, man, I'm done with school. It's a wrap.
Get to that finish line.
I promise you, a month ago, a month ago, I was saying I'm done, right? And but now I'm like, man, I had a few people talk to me like, why stop? And I was like, man, you're right. I stopped, impress myself, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna try to continue to do. I'm gonna try to impress my family. For the people who don't like it, man, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, really?
Hey, continue to do, man. I do want to say one thing though, man. Hey, ever since I met you, man, you've been a stand-up guy, man. Like I say, we see each other on Facebook. We don't see each other all the time, but when I do see you, everything you've done, man, it's been stand up. I've seen you on this journey because we met some years back, man.
Right, years ago.
To see you still pressing, bro. Hey, man, that lets me know that you one of them riders, man. You ride, you know what I'm saying?
I receive that, man.
Yeah, continue, man. Much success and blessings, bro.
Already, man. I tell people, man, I just love the game, man. I really do. I love the, not necessarily, I like the rapping and the beats. That's easy to me. That's the easiest. You know it. You can get in there,
Yeah.
rap, drop a song tonight, and hey, that thing smoking. But I'm talking about the stuff outside. I love the game. I love
That's
seeing. I love hearing the story, and that's part of the reason to just keep me moving. The Lord keep me moving. Hearing what you saying, that keep me moving, man, and just seeing other cats moving around. That keep me moving. And it's not like, oh man, let me outdo Puntin them. No, it's just keep doing it, keep moving. Okay, that's impressive,
keep
man.
moving.
Keep doing your thing. So, man, on that note, bro, man, anything we can do for you, man. Hey, I'm just an inbox, man, and matter of fact, I'm gonna put some more info in there for you. And
Okay.
anytime you drop something, man, you always can come on anytime. I tell everybody that, man. Anytime you dropping
Hey,
anything, won't get something off your
we
chest,
about to
man.
drop
We
a
here.
new one, man. We about to drop a new one. Oh yeah, man. Let me shout out to my wife. Shout out to
Go
my
ahead.
beautiful wife.
Right.
What's up, Vic? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my beautiful daughter. What's
Right.
up, Journey?
Right.
And then big shout out to my son, man. He
Right.
4 months, so you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that boy Zealand.
Right.
You know what I mean? Z? And all my people out there who been rocking. Hey, keep rocking, man. Love y'all.
Already. We're gonna jump off on that one, man. We appreciate you jumping on, bro. Let me click
Yes,
this
sir.
button. And that's that, y'all. That's the second show, man. Look here, man. That was Pun all the way from Houston, Texas, man. Let me tell you something. These boys moving around. Like I say, I'm from the South. These boys and girls. Guls, girls. Miss Tiffany was the first show. Pun was the second show, man. And let me tell you, man, I love what I see. I love what I hear. I love it, man. A big reason why we made this podcast for those who looking for the first time is to showcase what artists are doing in the Christian rap space. Listen, you got rappers out there. I know yesterday it was a big Jeezy and Gucci thing, but we ain't talking about Jeezy and Gucci. You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. We showcasing the cats who putting it down, grinding, working, what I call holy hustling, getting it in every single day. We're gonna be back next week. No, not next week. We won't be back next week because Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is next week, so we won't be back next week. But we'll be back December the 3rd, Thursday. We got DJ Commons from Memphis, and then Friday we got another double hitter. December the 4th, we got MKJ, and we got that boy Titan, Young Titan. And we got them coming. We got a whole lot of good things coming in December, man. We're gonna end the year. 2020 been rough on everybody. 2020 been hard. It's been challenging, but I thank God because, he's still a God that know how to keep you afloat. He's still a God that, you know, we need help, and we can lean on him for help and support. So, again, man, I'm gonna get off this thing. I'm glad y'all tuned in. Listen, if y'all can help in any way, support wise, you can look in the comments. We do have information about how you can help financially. If you want to be an artist on the show, we have information also in the comments about how if you want to be featured in the next show. The next show, not December the 3rd, but one of the upcoming shows. We got December. December is packed. December, we got 12 shows in December. So December is gone. But we do got January. January is starting to fill up. And so we got January coming up, man. If you want to be featured, let us know. And we're going to plug in. This is The Refill. I'm your host, Ron Day. I'm finna get off this thing. I'm glad y'all tuned in. And we're going to see y'all not next week. We're going to run reruns next week. But we'll be back live December the 3rd. Thursday, December the 3rd. We'll be back. And so, man, y'all keep rocking with us, man, as we continue to grow, grind, build this thing out. We building this out for the culture. And when people see it, they're gonna say, yeah, that's it right there. We can get behind it. But again, I'm glad y'all tuned in because it's Friday night. Y'all can be doing anything, but y'all chose to come and check us out and rock out with us. And we're gonna see y'all next time, December the 3rd. Not next week, Thanksgiving, but we're gonna see y'all December the 3rd. Man, y'all stay blessed, man, and stay productive this weekend. Don't sit around on your tail thinking stuff just gonna happen. Make it happen. And we're gonna see y'all next time.